when it comes to climate issues, I think India has gone out and made a commitment way beyond what we were required to. Remember, we are amongst the lowest per capita polluters in the world. So we are already, in a relative sense, the greenest country in the world. I know it sounds very unreal because of the kind of pollution that we see around us. But statistically, we are on a per capita basis, 130 crore people, one of the lowest polluters in the world. We are also at a very, very early stage of our economic development. Our per capita income is barely $2,500, while the developed countries of the world, America, $60,000, Japan, closer to $50,000, Europe, $40,000, China has now crossed $10,000. So those are all countries. Korea is in $35,000. All those countries are now developed countries, and they have taken a very high polluting route to that development point. So the people who were earlier resisting India making these commitments that the current government has made on climate action, the previous government, their argument was that you people have polluted the world for 100 years and have reached such high levels of development. We are barely 5%, 10% of your level of development. Why are you imposing the standards on us when we are already the lowest polluter in the world in a per capita? So that was their argument to resist the kind of commitments that this government has made. Now, you can argue how long will we keep on trying to correct the ills of history? I mean, if the West took 150 years to pollute this world and get developed, are we saying that we should be allowed to take another 100 years to keep on polluting this world so that we also become developed? So I think this government took, in consultation with the global leaders, took the challenge that no, we will try and develop and also control pollution. In that sense, India has taken an evolved stand on climate change. They're all right. We will not do tit for tat. We will do our bit in becoming carbon neutral. It's a big challenge. It's a big commitment that India has made. And in line with that, some of the initiatives are initiatives which are at the cutting edge of what is happening in other parts of the world as well. For instance, green hydrogen. The fact that today India is already investing so much in green hydrogen, and the government has come up with a PLI, a production-linked incentive scheme for green hydrogen. Now, green hydrogen is cutting edge anywhere in the world, even in America and even in the developed world. There's something the world is just coming to terms with. But India is already moving ahead and investing a lot in green hydrogen. In whether it comes to renewable energy, solar and wind, we are putting a lot of money behind that. I think as a percentage, I don't have the exact number, but as a percentage of the total energy that we produce, renewable energy as a percentage of that is already amongst the highest in the world that India has. So on a relative scale, we are moving forward. So, you can't argue with these investments. These are investments for the future. These are investments for the future of mankind and for India. Critics say we gave too much away. You can argue with that point as well. Did we give too much away, or did we accept the reality that yes, we are late on the food chain? How can we now, ask for the same sort of concessions that the earlier polluters got? So, I mean, there are, you can argue that, but the government's chosen politically. It's their decision that they will move on and try and invest in a green agenda. They're doing it. There's never enough money for this. But the fact that some of these industries are now getting a lot of direct government subsidy and benefits. It's not, you can't say it's negative at all. And now a country of this size needs much, much more, of course. But that's a perennial problem with a country of this size and a country of these means. We are still at $2,500 per capita, not even a middle-income country. We are still a poor country or a less developed country, just going by that parameter. So yeah, I mean, it's always a challenge, but it's being, whatever good can be done is being done in this area.